Do you have anything to say before I pass sentence?
I've got something to say.
I made one joke and I said, they say heterosexuals die of age 2, name one. And I throw the mic out in the audience, you know. It's like Capital of the Month.
Wild thing, I think you'd move me. For an Al Bundy? You know an Al Bundy?
I'm Al Bundy.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another episode of Bottom to the Top. This is me ranking my favorite studio albums by a musician from my least favorite to my favorite. But I'm changing it up today. Instead of actually doing musician, I'm actually doing comedian. See, if you're like me, I have a ton of CDs on not just musicians, but comedians, because I listen to in the car, on my MP3 player, and I like to change it up. And I have numerous amounts of them. I still listen to quite a bit. And today, I want to talk about someone that's not really talked about as much. It's the late, great Sam Kinison. Now, this guy was everywhere, pretty much in the mid to late 80s. Blew up. He basically took comedy stuff to the next level because it was really raunchy. But the first guy kind of just yell at people, and that was his bit. You know, I think think Lewis Black, way worse. And, you know, he'd do, you know, he'd scream, and he'd use vulgar stuff, something against, you know, LGBT people, women particularly, but he also insulted just about anybody. It was all for the sake of comedy. He was still known as a super nice, humble guy in real life, but that was his personal life, but his professional character was very different. And I still love Sam. I still watch him every year for my Christmas special I watch with Married with Children. But Sam Kinison was born December 8th, 1953, and he grew up like his dad, which was a preacher. And he knew all the gospel, knew all the religious writings, and all that good stuff, but he didn't want to follow too much of the footsteps. So his late 20s went into comedy, and he got under the tutelage of the great Rodney Dangerfield. And you can see that on YouTube about 1984, 1985. And after that, he just blew up. He was in Back to School. He's in various other media, and he hung out with rock stars. He took drugs, copious amounts of drugs, and you name it. He was really big, and basically he ran his course where he started about the 1990, 91, where he started missing gigs because of his drug and antics, and he went from selling out arenas to basically going back to clubs. And he passed away in 1992, April 10th, from interesting enough, from a drunk driver, a young drunk driver. He just got married, he's just getting sober, cleaning up his life, and he gets killed by somebody else accidentally. But anyway, I decided to do Sam because he only actually has 5 actual studio albums. Well, 3. The first two came out in tape and vinyl. And I actually have 3 of the CDs. The other 2 you can find, download, or just go to YouTube and watch them. They're all there for the most part. It could be any order. Remember, this is comedy. This is very interesting stuff because it's kind of like a song. Let's do it, and it can be however you want to do it. Some of these, because he was in such a time frame, some of these skits are kind of similar to each other. They kind of bleed, doing a similar skit into another album, because again, he only had about 5-6 years of doing this until he left this world. And so there's similar material, but the recording, different areas, the punchline, how he delivers them is very different. Just again, go to YouTube. Most of these you can follow on YouTube or any other video, and it's still really great. My least favorite is probably the only one that's okay. The rest are pretty darn good, okay? But I'm gonna go with it right now. So my 5th favorite album by Sam Kinison is Leader of the Band. So this was released in 1990. He was still pretty much at the peak of his performance, and this is when it slowly started to come down from it. And he actually had such a great booming voice. he did covers of songs. And this includes 4 songs on here: Gonna Raise Hell, Mississippi Queen, Under My Thumb, and Highway to Hell. Which are still pretty good. But the only material kit he does in here is, it's called Detox This, which is 33 minutes long. And it includes, again, the title track, Shopping for Pets, Sex Videotape and Zoo Animals. Jerry's Bastard Kid is, oh my god, he gets a midget to do a skit from Jerry Lewis's fan club, because at the time Jerry Lewis did the telethon, and, well, you have to watch it. After that comes Lenny Bruce's mom. His real life mom actually is here. Casual use of terrorism is okay. Old people must die is okay. Grilled cheese sandwich is, ooh boy. Ugh. And Phone Call from Hell is hilarious, where you interrupt somebody from the crowd, take a phone call. It's pretty fun. Actually, so to me, this is his weakest one. Still okay. You could find it. All right. Now, his 4th record I don't have. Like I said, you can find on YouTube, unless you have tape or vinyl. Okay, sorry about the actual edit. Try not to do that. I want to keep it all in one video if possible. But anywho, we're going back to number 4, and again, it's going to be right here, which of course is Louder Than Hell, 1986, Sam Kinison's first debut album. Hey, it's got a lot of good raw energy, especially if you watch the video of it. I think he's still trying to find himself, in the sense he's getting to that character. It's still really good, but some pieces include Big Moves, Libya, he's talking about the state of the world at the time period, Sexual Therapy, which is okay, Jesus, Letter from Home. The standout actual pieces from it include Blind, which leads into relationships. So again, he's pretty good at talking about history's past, because he had 2 ex-wives, second ex-wife about this time, and he's talking about how things start out good, everything's cute, everything's pretty, and then once you get to know somebody after 6 months to a year, things either change for the worst or better. In this case, Sam's story about it, not for the better. And which leads into the following bit about alphabet, which is about a certain sexual position and spelling it out with your tongue. Which leads you into the Charles Manson piece. At the time period, they let Manson out of jail, and they did an interview with him, and he was pretty much crazy even in there. And, of course, Sam digging right into it. Followed by probably the big one, which is World Hunger. Very short piece. He did this same piece in 1985 for Rodney Dangerfield. It's one of his best ones, about people living in these desert areas, and people want food. Him just saying, "You're in the desert. It's sand. It's sand. You know, get away from the desert. Go to these places." It's a funny bit. It's probably his best one. And ends with a love song. Typical Sammy playing piano, and he goes into a tirade. Fun starting album. Really enjoyable. Pretty good stuff. Now, my 3rd one I actually have with me. That is, there you go, Live from Hell. This is what he did in 1992, the same year he passed. It was released in 1993, and it has a whole closed caption about a epitaph for Sam, actually. It's pretty well done. Now, you can actually hear the crowd and everything in it. It's a very different beast, but I still love this. It's still Sam at his best, even before he passed. Starting with I Missed the Joan Rivers Show, which he really did in real life. He just talks about it, and he's pretty blunt. And like, I missed it because I don't care, whatever. Could have been character. Execution for Pee-wee Herman. Captain Kangaroo. Nobody even knows who Captain Kangaroo is anymore, but this is a good one, talking about a guy that was 30 years playing this character. Russians are losers. He hates the Russians and the Kurds. Sammy's Pawn Shop's pretty good. JFK's okay. Space, blank, the Kurds. It goes back to the Kurds. It's just a great little piece. He talks about how they were so stupid, there was more deaths because these guys were sending care packages to the Kurds and they would land on their head. Yeah. Care Packages. Death by Care Package. Lovely. Willie Nelson is one of my favorites on here. It's basically, at the time period, Willie Nelson was audited by the IRS, and he confuses as a joke, saying, "Oh, hey, come on down to Willie's Texas party." He goes, "No, Willie, it's taxes. You owe taxes, Willie. You don't owe Texas." The Smart Bomb's okay. 100-Hour War is okay. Talk about the Desert Storm. The Pea Throw. No One to Die is funny. Sam's Tirade. Rap Sucks is a great one. Talking about how he hates rap and compares it to musicians, how difficult it is. Oh yeah, the Beatles couldn't come up with that one. Bunch of cursing. Cable TV. Bad Taste. The Homeless, my favorite bit. This is the darkest, makes a lot of sense. The Homeless makes more sense than people want to give credit for. I don't want to tell you what the punchline is, that story, but it's great how he delivers it, followed by Don't Swallow. It's a really good swan song. I don't think he could have gone on any further with this type of stuff coming on, but still really good. He died. Oh my gosh. I'm laughing just thinking about it. Okay, second favorite one is 1987. Breaking the Rules. Okay. This one, again, is only on tape and vinyl. Go to YouTube. You can go to Google, search it. You can find the whole show. His mother was in attendance to the show, which is really funny as all hell. Sweet woman. This one includes pieces like Religious Rules. Woman Never... I can't even read my own writing. They're salty? I don't know. Male Horror. Bible Belt isn't too bad. Familiar Things. Let's Pretend is pretty good, but some of the standout routines in this include Forgiveness, which leads into Truth and Lies. This is a great piece going on a similar story where he's actually talking about meeting his girlfriend, and he tells a story how they had a falling out. Oh my God. I don't think it happened, but you never know with Sammy. And basically his girlfriend put a gun in his luggage at the airport without him saying it as a care package. That's just the story, but it's... He goes on a 1-minute tirade, his old days as preacher. He goes, that's pretty good. Jesus, him using modern day jokes, how Jesus would probably react to how things are, Jesus, hey man, what's going on? Hell, if you're married, no big whoop. Sex education holds up really well considering today. It's a good joke that holds up pretty well, actually. ABC, it's a similar joke to the Alphabet sexual joke from the previous record. And Corpse is the highlight. Hands down, Corpse. Oh my gosh. This is the darkest thing. This is a real thing you can find online. At the time period, it talks literally making fun of necrophilia. Yeah. He reenacts it and everything, taking this dark subject and making it funny. Oh my lord. Not only Sam, but Sam could do it. Followed by a love song, he did the last one. It's a really great one. Watch it online. Phenomenal work. And final record is still my favorite. I can listen to this. I listen to almost track to track. 1988, Sam Kinison. Have you seen me lately? So, this is when he's at peak. He's selling out arenas, and this is him. He's going out there. He's doing stuff. He has women and dog chains. He has the whole rock star lifestyle. He is just going off in this character. He was at peak in 88. And it starts off with Rock Against Drugs. At the time, they did Hands of the World and stuff like this. And this is a great thing. Rock Against Drugs. That's sort of anticlimactic to what things are. So he compares it like, that's like Nuns Against Christ. Rubber Love, his dislike for condoms. The story of Jim Baker's great, a real life evangelist of the time period that was basically embezzling money. Wow, big whoop. And he makes pretty, telling the after story of it. Robo-Pope is pretty funny. Mother Mary's Mystery Date is a fun little innuendo. Jesus the Miracle Cater is phenomenal. Again, one of Sammy's little things where he compares about, how Jesus... his heyday, all these gnarly powers, and he has to pick up everything. All these poor people, thousands of poor people, and you got Jesus, I'll just pick up the food for you because I have the power. Heartstoppers is a great 1-minute skit about his heart stopping, making these bad jokes, and
It's a great joke. Buddies, it goes back to the Jesus the Miracle Caterer about his own pals, sick stuff your friends do, you doing stupid things. Lesbians are our friends, or this kind of story. The things you can learn about lesbians. Pocket Toys, okay. Sexual Diaries, another good one's kind of similar. The Butt in the Bible, and Parties with the Dead is basically retelling of the Corpse one. And that's it, except for the final track is Wild Thing. He does cover 4. He did a music video. I think he was an Emmy or a Grammy for it. I think he was. And has a video of him at Slash, Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, Billy Idol's in there, like everybody. Phenomenal. This is peak Kinison. You can still find this dirt cheap. Go for it. And that is that. Hopefully, if you don't know who Sam Kinison is, maybe you'll now know who he is. Go listen to him again. Go look him up. I hope to do more like him in the future. I have other artists that have way more discography. I just thought it was pretty short. Tell me what you think. Maybe if you still listen to Sam to this day, I think I miss him. I think it was funny as all hell in this dark world of seriousness. Other than that, have a good day and take care.